everybody, good to see you again. I've got another video here for you. This one comes again as a request, so keep the requests coming. Thank you so much for the suggestions. This request was for the song Swan Lake, and so I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm not playing the true full version. The arrangement I'm choosing is really simple. I have the sheet music, a link to the sheet music in the description, so feel free to check that out. I'll be showing you what I'm looking at alongside as I teach it to you. So let's jump right in. So this song is essentially, at least this version of it that we're going to learn, is broken into two main sections. Okay, there's kind of the opening theme or the main theme, and then the secondary theme. So I'm going to teach it to you in those two sections. Let's look first at section 1. All right, so section 1, basically there's just one melody that repeats, and so we're going to look at that melody, and then there's this little kind of 3-note bridge that connects them. Okay, so we're going to look at the right hand first, and then we'll look at the left hand, then we'll put them together. All right, so this is middle C right here. All right, our right hand is going to be up here in this area. Okay, so pinky on the E, an octave above middle C. So this is an octave above. There's your pinky right there on the E. Okay. As you see on the sheet music, it's got numbers, so that 5 next to that first note in our right hand is our pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we count the fingers of the hand. So we start here at 5, and then we're going to outline all of the notes walking back up from our thumb back to our pinky. So we hold this note, and then we go up from the bottom. Okay, that's the first part of the phrase. And then we repeat between C and E. Okay, so that whole phrase together sounds like this. So you rock back and forth like that between C and E 2 times. And then the ending of that phrase goes like this. Notice my pinky comes down here. Okay, and actually when I end on that last A, I'm going to go to my thumb again. So let me do that last part again. I'm up here on this E, and then I go. I land on my thumb here so that my pinky's back up here ready for the next part. Okay, so that last phrase of the melody, we start on the E, and then we go. This is probably the hardest part melodically of the song right there, the fingering. And when you add the left hand, it gets a little more complicated too. Okay, and then we have this little 3-note connection, starts on the D. Okay, and that brings us back to the opening of the melody. Remember, we play it 2 times in a row. So then all the way through again, rocking between E and C and E. And here comes the tricky part. Okay, so that goes 2 times in a row. Let me play it in its entirety for you, just the right hand, section 1. Okay, that's the right hand for section 1. Practice that, get it down, really work on it, make sure you understand how that works, and then look at the left hand. So let's take a look at the left hand now. The left hand essentially does like 3 or 4 different chords, okay, for this part. So the chords we're going to do is an A minor chord, A, C, and E. And then we're going to go up here to a D minor chord in second inversion, A, D, F. Okay, then back to the A chord. And then there's this part where there's a real quick what's called harmonic movement, and that means the chords change really fast in this part. Okay, it's the same time that the tricky part happens in your right hand. So when it rains, it pours, right? So we go for an A minor. We're going to do what is essentially an F chord, or, you know, you could think of it like maybe, I don't know, I think F chord makes sense based off of what's in the right hand, okay? So it's F and A, and then we do E and G sharp. This is like an E major chord, okay? And then back to an A minor chord. So those are the essential chord changes for the left hand. The way you work through those chords is with this rolling pattern. You you're basically rolling from top to bottom. Okay, and remember again, this is a simplified version of the song. Okay, the original or the real is like you're like rolling way, you know, like a much bigger roll. So this simplifies it. It makes it a little easier to play. So you're just rolling through the chords. It's kind of setting the tempo. And then this is when the right hand starts. And then we go to a D minor chord just for one time through, and then back to the A minor chord 3 times in a row. And then we get to this part. Okay, and then the transition, that little transition back to the repeat of the melody goes back to the D minor chord again before you're on A minor. You'll see how this all fits together when we put both hands together. But let me point out this real quick change. So you got A minor, this F thing, notice I'm dropping down, pinky, middle finger, pinky again, middle finger, and then lifting up my hand and dropping my pinky here to get back to the A. Okay, so you're going to want to practice this so that you get it down. And this song's taken at moderato tempo, so it's not a really fast song. It'll give you time to move your hand there. And also use the sustain pedal when you're hitting that G sharp so that the sound continues through when you lift up your hand and get back to the A on your pinky. Okay? So that's the left hand part. I'll play it in its entirety all the way through and then do both hands together. So A minor chord 4 times rolling through. Now the right hand comes in. We go to D minor for 1 time, back to A minor. Here we're going da 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 da. And now we're going to go the quick and back to A minor. And then we're getting ready to the transition, so we go back to the D minor there. And then now we're on to the right hand melody again. Da 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 da. Okay, and that's the left hand for the section 1. Okay, let's start putting them together. Let's try this. So, rolling through the left hand. Here it comes. Okay, did you get that? Notice that when it's moving, when the things are moving, both hands are moving together. That's kind of helpful. You're not having to do any sort of syncopation. They're moving together. You're always hitting a left hand note and a right hand note together at the same time. Let me play it again for you one more time. I'm going to jump in right when the right hand part comes in. Okay, so it goes like this. Go on. Hope I messed up right there. Should have gone to the D minor. Okay, that's section 1, both hands together. Practice that, go back, repeat that part before you move on to section 2. Let's take a look now at section 2. All right, so section 2, we're going to look at the right hand, and then we'll look at the left hand, and we'll put them both together. Okay, so for section 2, you end on this note in your right hand, okay? And that's right where you pick up for the melody in the right hand. So it's kind of this walk-up motion, and there's really kind of 2 parts to this second section. They're very similar. It's just the ending where it changes, and I'll point that out, okay? So what we're going to do for the right hand here is we're just going to walk up. So we start here, and it's quarter notes. So we're just kind of walking up. Notice my thumb comes underneath right there when I get to the D. So, and then here's 8th notes. That's kind of a climax note. let me do that again. Start on the A, sorry, and we go quarter notes. Okay, kind of a little repeating phrase here. That's like the repeat of the next. Okay, before I get onto that, that's a repeat of the section, the phrase. It repeats there again. Okay, so one more time now. The right-hand melody, the first part, starts on A. We're walking up. G is our climax, and then this little repeating pattern. Notice I lift up my second finger from here and I go to the F. And then that B, natural, kind of becomes the climax for this first section. And then this is a transition back. Okay, now we're repeating that melody line. I gotta scroll down a little bit on my music here. So, to the G. Now we are climaxing up again, this little repeating pattern. Now here we don't go to the B, we go to the B flat, okay? And then we go, now we've arrived at the B flat, F sharp, B natural, F sharp, B natural, and then there's this transition that takes us back to the section 1 melody again, okay? So let's do that again, both parts, right hand, and I apologize, this is spanning 2 different pages, so I have to scroll. But so we're here, and then we go walking up, land on the G, do the little walk down, to the A, little walk down, B natural. Now we're doing this transition back to the start of the second melody. See if I can. B flat. All right, so it's B natural, F sharp, B at the very end. That's the full climax of section 2. And then from there we go back to the opening melody. Okay? So one more time in its entirety, the right-hand part, and feel free to play along with me. Go back, repeat it as you need to, okay? So we start here. Then we're back to that part. Okay, good. So that's the right-hand part. Let's take a look now at the left-hand part. There's some simple chord stuff that's happening again. We're doing the rolling thing, okay? So we're on a G major chord, and then we just walk our thumb down, or our pinky down. Okay, we're rolling through a G major chord, G, B, D, drop to an F, and then we get to an E minor chord. Okay, and then a D minor chord, and then when we land on that climaxing B note, we do a B major chord, B, D sharp, F sharp, D sharp, and then E, G sharp, B, an E major chord, okay? And then we repeat the pattern again. So that's the left-hand pattern for the first part. I'll do it one more time. G major. This is a B diminished, but it's like a G. You just drop the F there, and then E minor 2 times, and then D minor 2 times, B major, E major, and then now the section. It's the same thing except till we get to that B flat. Oh, sorry. Same thing till we get to the B flat. E minor, 2 times in a row, D minor, 2 times in a row. Here's the B flat now. We do the B flat twice, and now we've got B major and E major, which takes us back to the start of the melody. Okay? I realize that's kind of tricky, that left hand part. All the way through again one more time with the left hand, okay? D minor, 2 times, B major, E major. Now G major, drop the F, E minor, 2 times, D minor, B flat, 2 times in a row, and now your B major and your E major, and now back to the A minor thing. That's a part of section 1, okay? Now let's try putting both of those hands together. All right, so we just ended with the last phrase. We were here. Okay, we're gonna land here and leave that ringing out. Did you get all that? It's tricky, okay? I'm going to play it again one more time through section 2, both hands together, okay? Starts here. Going on. So that was all the sections, or the section 2 there, both hands together, and then I finished off the song. Let me play the whole thing through for you now so that you can hear how it all fits together, okay? From the top. Take it nice and slow the first time. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for the suggestions. Thank you for watching. Keep tuning in, subscribe, like. I want you guys to be along with me on the journey. And if you haven't already, click where it says Learn Piano with Me or join me down in the description to find out how you and I can learn piano together. All right, thank you so much. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.